So it's George. You prefer George Medina or Jorge?
Yeah, George.
It's up to you. All right. Ready? All right. Hello, this is Hassan from the Came From the Radio. I'm here with Jorge Medina. He's an artist, creator here at Inbeoncon, and we're going to take it away to him.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Jorge Medina from Mass Media Studios, and I haven't seen you guys in a while.
A long time.
Yeah.
You probably didn't even see me, right? Because I'm usually on the phone.
Yeah, so, right. Exactly.
All right. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and about what you do, and I know. Just wrap your life story up in about 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah. No. However, whatever makes you comfortable. I'm here to mesmerize you, so that you can just start speaking.
Great. All right, well, like I said, my name is Jorge Medina, and I've been doing this independent publishing thing for since 2003, I would say. Yeah, so the last time I saw you guys, I was working with a gentleman that was producing a comic book called There's an Alien in My Toilet. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Crazy Comics, which I can still give him a shout out, Sam. I hope you're doing well, kid. I haven't seen you in a while. Come back. So So since then, I always had a book called Bus 5377. I'm the writer and creator of the book. The book is complete and finally out after all that time. It's a 140-page graphic novel. Oh man, since like '99. So it's done, complete, and I actually sold out of my first print run, which was awesome. And now I'm thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And now I'm reprinting it again for the show. Hopefully, maybe not for the New York Comic Con in this year's Comic Con in October, but hopefully for next year's. This year I have another book coming out called The Adventures of Wonder Duck, and so that'll be fun. It's like a cartoon based, like almost like kind of book. It'll be fun.
Is that 140 pages?
No, that's like 80. I can cut it down a little bit.
80 pages.
That way it took me a little less to do, so I'm good.
You're not going to do them in individual chunks, or you're doing them in one?
I have them. I wrote them that way, but I compiled them in one book just because printing is less expensive that way. And that way, people are like, where's the second issue? Where's the third issue?
Right.
So it's all in one book. Here we go. Have fun reading.
All right. So, only 80 pages, but I guess we'll give it a go.
Why not? It's in full color, so it's cool. I'm working with two other individuals, Jonathan Syfax, gotta give him a shout out, and Aníbal Arroyo, and they both have books at the show in October as well. Aníbal has a book called Little Steve's Closet, which is a children's book that he's been working on since his son was about 7. He's now like 15. So it just takes a while. These things take a while.
This is all on your off time, right? You got lives and other things going on. So okay.
So that's a fun book. Yeah, that's a fun book. And then John has a book called The Future Scope Showcase, which is an anthology book, and it's a combination of comic book, like a comic book story, and prose, because he's also a writer. He writes prose and things like that. So it's a combination of the both. He's putting it, compiling it, and he's putting that book out as well.
And you're the publisher, right?
Yeah, we're
what's the publishing label?
Mass Media Studios. Mass Media Studios, yeah.
Okay.
Mass. It's our last name. So my last name is Medina, Aníbal's last name is Arroyo, and Jonathan's last name is Syfax. So it just happens to be.
All right. How did that whole thing get started?
Well, we felt we needed a name. Like they were just calling it. At the time when we first started, we were doing a book called Street Journal, and we were known as the Street Journal guys. And we're like, you know what? We need a name. Let's come up with a name. So we came up with Mas. It worked out.
Okay, but I mean, how did you decide to start self-publishing all your work in the first place?
Well, we always wanted to put out our own independent stuff. Like we didn't, Marvel's got their stuff, DC's has their stuff, but we weren't drawing from Marvel or DC. So we're like, we want to put some stuff out. So we decided let's go the independent route, and that's when I hooked up with Sam at the time, and we started from there. But then, like you said, it's not our full-time job, and life gets in the way. So we kind of went our own separate ways, but we still wanted to do our stuff. So me and the guys got together and we're like, let's continue this. Let's keep going. And so we did. We kept going, and John had ideas, I have ideas, Aníbal has ideas. So we said, you know what, let's just do it all independently, but put it all under one banner, and that's how it all came about.
Okay. So you got future plans for it? You got new books coming out besides the stuff that you just
Yeah,
told
well,
us about?
actually, it's funny because Indian Comics, Eric, I met Eric back in 2011, and he's been doing great things. It's really growing, and everything he's doing is amazing. So, yeah, so he has basically an online store where I have my Rust book on there as well. So you definitely want to go that digital route. It's just taking a little while because it's we're so used to the paper and you flip the book and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to transition and make that change. But that's where we want to go. We definitely want to go the route of licensing and maybe cartoons or movies or whatever it is, and go that way. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it starts with comics, but we want it to evolve to other things.
So this 142-page monster you just did, that's all print.
Yeah,
that's actually genuine print. And you're having it reprinted?
Yeah, I want to do another print run.
Okay.
Just to
tell us a little bit about that, just like the name of it.
Rust, Rust is a book that I created back in '99. I was working at a group home for kids, and I was doing data entry work. One day I came across a name of a kid named Nonami Doe or something like that. I couldn't remember. But I was like, wow, that's really crazy. That's a crazy name. Somebody explained to me it's not Nonami, it's no name. They had no name for this kid. They had no idea who the kid was. So I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. So I came up with this character named Russ. And Russ is a kid who lives in an orphanage. Sometime in the future, I don't tell you when. But the guys who are running the orphanage are really these scientists trying to create the perfect specimen. When Russ finds out that this is what's going on, he decides it's time to get the heck out of here. He's got 2 other friends with him that want to escape, and when one of his best friends gets kidnapped, that's when the story takes off. And that's basically what the story is about, is them escaping that home. And that's what you're getting in that first arc.
Right.
So,
So escape from, the Great Escape, except for escape from an orphanage.
Right.
Is it a kid's story, or is it
It's an all-age book. The kids in the book are teenagers, but there's no gratuitous scenes and no sex scenes.
So it's like a Goonies kind of thing.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, awesome. So you had that. You did that for a while. You got that completed. You're reprinting it for this. All right. So we talked about all of the future books, future works. How did you know Eric?
Eric, at the New York Comic Con back in 2011, we had a booth, and he just happened to be across the table. You know how it is. You're bored sometimes.
Right.
It's a slow day. You start talking to people around you, and we connected with Eric, and we started talking to him and stuff like that. And at the time, he had the Crimson Hunters book, and we kind of exchanged books and stuff like that, and we kept in contact. And you guys spoke to him, right? He's full of energy, man. He's just a really cool dude. So we got together and we kept talking about what he was doing and what I was doing, and how independents need to be more united when we're doing our stuff. I feel like there's so many of us, and there's a lot of competition. The competition is fun because you get better with competition. But it's also, we need to work together. There is a Marvel, there is a DC. We're probably never gonna beat them, right? But if we're together and we unite as a unit, we can do more things. And we can do more positive things. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Why not? There's room for everybody. So that's where it kind of went. And he's been really cool, very supportive, and we've just been talking about doing shows and things like that together.
So it's a lot of solidarity and independence.
Absolutely.
All right. So you're gonna take your Moz, you're gonna take the label, you're gonna try to make it a monster,
man. Marvel and DC, see how far we can go. Yeah, as far as we can take it.
Is it primarily comic books, or do you publish all kinds of works? Are you gonna do magazines one day?
It's funny, yeah. We are primarily doing comic books, graphic novels, full stories.
And there's nothing wrong with specializing in that. I just want to know.
Yeah. And so Aniva has a children's book, so we're going into different genres. We have an anthology book where we get other artists together to combine stories. Maybe they can't get the whole 22-page book, but they can make 8 pages.
Right.
So we've done a few of those. We actually have another one coming out in October. It's called Cryptic, and it's basically just horror stories combined into one book. So it's Cryptic, Urban Tales of Fright. So that'll be cool. That's coming out also. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a whole array of things. We actually had a magazine that we were trying to put out together, and we did one issue of it, but it's costly, so we may go digital with it. It was called I Am Magazine, Independent Artist Movement. That's what I Am stood for. And so we showcased some of the independents that were that we were cool with at the time, that were coming up with stuff and things like that. Ray Felix is in it, Brian Kong, who's an artist who does a lot of artwork, is in it, and a few other guys that we met up. So yeah, so it's the ideas are there. It's just a matter of getting it together.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot.
So much happening.
All right, so. Tell people about yourself, about where they can reach you, digital media, that kind of stuff, and anything you have coming up that you want to promote right now.
Well, the big thing to promote is that we're going to be at the New York Comic Con after this show, and that's happening in October. I think it's the 8th through the 11th, and we're going to be there with my Wonder Dog book that's coming out, the Future Scope Showcase that Jonathan is doing, Little Steve's Closet, our cryptic anthology is going to be there, and you can find us at www.mossmediastudios.com. That's our website, and on Facebook, we're on Facebook. Just search Moss Meets More, and you'll find us on Facebook. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.